Welcome back, gamers. I'm TinyGuard, and I'll be your Game Pass guide. Today, Archvale. Archvale's story is about collecting rocks so you can go to heaven. Okay, it's a bit more complicated than that, but not much. Legend says there was an archway that held a portal to a fabled utopia, Archvale. In ages past, the archway was dismantled and each piece given to one of the Undying, immortal warriors cursed to defend the archstones for eternity. We are a child of Archvale, with the special power to slay the Undying and reconstruct the arch. The story is simple, as the focus of this game is combat. Archvale is primarily a bullet hell game. That means dodging a ludicrous amount of projectiles while trying to aim your own attacks. Enemy projectiles vary in speed, shape, and properties to create engaging gameplay that requires your full attention. The most popular bullet hell this game is being compared to is Enter the Gungeon. I was first reminded of Realm of the Mad God due to the RPG elements. With so many projectiles present in bullet hells, you need to learn how to dodge. The crystal trials found in Archvale's overworld offer a low stakes area to learn different attack patterns and improve your mechanical skill. If you get hit here, there's no damage, so you're safe to try again. Plus, if you do manage to overcome these trials, you get a fancy badge to buff your abilities as a reward. Some projectiles travel through walls, others are homing, but one thing is for sure, in the real world, they're all going to kill you. Bullet hells are highly skill-intensive games typically, but Archvale establishes a fine blend of skill-based combat with RPG character progression to lower the barrier of entry. Archvale doesn't feature level-based improvements like most RPGs, but instead provides stat improvements through exploration. Each goddess statue you find in the overworld will bestow you a blessing, permanently enhancing your defense and power. No need to stop and grind for experience points here. Your character improves the more you explore, incentivizing you to go down every pathway instead of running directly to each dungeon mindlessly. Enemies drop gold instead of experience as well. You can earn gold to buy badges, new equipment, or upgrade your weapons, but I never felt like I had to grind gold. You can also improve your arsenal through crafting. Crafting materials are found in the overworld, again incentivizing exploration. You'll definitely want to look into crafting, as that's how you'll get some of the most powerful armor and weapons in the game. Weapons come in three main varieties: melee, magic, and ranged. There are no requirements to wield weapons, so you're free to experiment with different builds anytime you want. It is incredibly easy to switch weapons on the fly. This is probably my favorite feature actually, being able to seamlessly transition from applying status effects with my magic to chunking out damage with melee to continuing the damage while evading using range. In RPGs, I normally screw myself over by making a generalist character because I want to try everything out, but I end up not having the stats to make any of the weapons truly shine, ruining my build. You cannot ruin your build in Archvale. Archvale encourages you to experiment with all its weapons. Each new region has powerful weapons to find in treasure chests that are typically a different type than the last region. Players who want to specialize and min-max can do so with the badge system. Badges are upgrades that alter or enhance your current abilities. They can be equipped and unequipped easily at any goddess statue at any time, again encouraging experimentation. Say you were using a sword, but now you found a bow that's incredibly overpowered. Rearrange your badges to make that bow into your personal delete button. Certain armor enhances your weapon type's damage as well. Others just enhance your fashion. Your character's health is improved by defeating bosses and getting heart containers, so you've probably noticed the Zelda inspiration, right? The overworld structure and dungeon maps are set up in classic Zelda style with grid-based maps. The world is procedurally generated, so the overworld is slightly different each time. There are several biomes with varying degrees of difficulty, and it's mostly open world, so you can choose where to go after the first major town. I have a curse when it comes to open world games. I always choose the hardest areas first. I don't know how, but it's not on purpose. I tried the swamp and kept dying because I was stuck in the vines, unable to dodge. Then the ice level happened. I think it was the awesome music in the ice level that lured me in. It was a trap. I'm stubborn, so I kept grinding down the ice dungeon with my puny forest weapons until I died to the boss just one too many times. I was baffled. The beginning of the game was so fun, but now it felt like every enemy was a bullet sponge and could kill me in a few hits. I gave up, went back to the swamp, and then I found it. The scythe. Yeah, Archvale's balance feels a bit off. All of a sudden, the game was a cakewalk. I went from slogging through the ice dungeon to just ripping through levels with the scythe. The game went from hard to easy, all because of a lucky find. These crabs had no hope. It felt good because my frustration was finally over, but it didn't feel like I really progressed. I think the game could benefit from some better guidance in the beginning to prevent this. The difficulty spike from the first town to the rest of the game felt dramatic because of where I went, but I'm guessing I just did the areas in the wrong order. Later in the game, they put up safeguards to prevent this kind of difficulty spike again. To access Tangle Grove, you have to pass a DPS check to ensure that you're actually ready to enter. To get into the Molten Rift, you have to pass a defense and health check. These checks are good to prevent frustration, and they give you a goal to work towards. I'm worried that some players may enter the wrong area in the early game like I did and get discouraged from continuing. If you hit a difficult area, stop being stubborn and just try somewhere else. This game is really fun and worth exploring. There is a simple fast travel system, so you're able to try different areas easily if you do hit a difficulty wall like I did. The goddess statues serve as your respawn point and fast travel points, just like a bonfire in Dark Souls. Fast travel is greatly appreciated as you're going to be heading back to the starter town a lot to upgrade your weapons and healing flask, which I was fine with. I like this place. The towns in this game are really endearing. I was always happy to find a new one, and this frog guy is my buddy. Archvale was made by a team of about 6 people, and you can tell they really care for this game. The developers have been quick to respond to any bugs found in the game on its release. I ran into the mushroom cap glitch myself on release day, and the devs had already fixed it by the next day. They're also listening to the community, planning requested features like New Game Plus, more item storage space, and the ability to sell old items. Actually, the day after I wrote this script, they already patched in more storage space. This game is already great, but it seems like these developers are invested in making it even better. So devs, if you're listening, how about an option to turn this aiming reticle off, or have it match the range of your equipped item so new players can learn to space their attacks better. And a glossary. I don't know what any of these status effects mean. Again guys, this game is already great, so I do recommend you play it today. Archvale is an approachable entry to the bullet hell genre that adds customization and an extra sense of progression through its RPG elements. It clocks in at about 10 hours for an average playthrough. With a charming art style and excellent music, it's sure to keep you engrossed in its world as you build the archway to the next. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. And if you discovered me with this video, hi, I'm TinyGuard. I review games on the Game Pass. What game would you like to see next? Let me know in the comments below. You've been watching TinyGuard, and I'll see you in the next one.